And the police state ends with me, and we've made it one more day. Now, it is Halloween today, folks, and if you haven't guessed yet, I'm Indiana Jones. Funny costume, but a serious subject today. Now, each time the police kill someone and they get away with it, which they virtually always do, it makes the entire system less responsive to other civil rights violations. This is because killing a United States citizen is the ultimate human and civil rights violation in the United States of America. And therefore, rightfully so, it draws large media and public attention. I've heard many say, well, there are so many police killings that don't get justice, and the media only reports on if it bleeds, it leads. So people just don't see tearing someone's house apart, illegally detaining them and stealing from them and threatening them by a group of armed goons, the Bartlesville police and the district attorney of Washington County of Oklahoma's office representative, as a big deal. They just don't see that as a big deal when in comparison to killing someone, the police killing a citizen. You know, they say, sure it is a civil and human rights violation to do what they did, but there are bigger fish to fry. Daily, police are killing people. So your civil rights violations seem okay in comparison. In other words, what they did to me, which I've gone over, and you can go back and watch videos, all those things, all those civil rights violations, all those breaches of law, all those cowardly acts by these people, they seem okay. Those civil rights and human rights violations seem okay compared to getting killed, right? So the police not only kill citizens and get away with it, they also hide their other civil rights violations behind those killings. Think about that. That is a pattern. When all you're doing, not all, but when a lot of people are just begging for the police to stop killing their family and friends and fellow citizens, what about all the other civil rights violations? The constant stops, illegal detentions, illegal searches, illegal seizures, illegal arrests, beatings, shooting your dog, not letting you use the bathroom. You know, all these civil and human rights violations. What it is it is a pattern of hiding evil deeds among evil deeds. That is the police state. That is the state of the police in this country, folks. You have no rights as long as the Bartlesville police and fascist city of Bartlesville government and county say so. And let's not forget again, their bosses, Mike Moore and James Brazel, the local large corporation James Phillips Medical Center, owned by St. John's Health System in Tulsa, along with Ascension Health System, which is one of the largest health systems in the world. Supposedly a faith-based organization behaving as fascists. That faith-based organization is simply using faith as a cover. Yeah, I said that. You can't behave this way and then pretend that you're faith-based. Don't pretend. We know exactly what you're doing, exactly how you behave. Evil deeds. You got your faith out there, running around, doing media reports, showing you praying and carrying Bibles, and then you behave this way, like fascists, tearing people's houses apart, threatening their lives. When you've got a leader of James Phillips Medical Center, Mike Moore, and James Brazel, the two top leaders at that facility, requesting the police to come to someone's house with guns, putting me at the risk of getting killed, and to this day, still at risk of being killed by them. You got evil. You got evil. So you have no civil rights, because more disturbing things like police killing people are happening. So your civil and human rights are on hold in the United States of America. As a United States of America citizen, they're on hold until the police stop killing us. Does that make any sense? Your civil rights and human rights are on hold in the United States of America until the police stop killing us. Everything else is okay in comparison to being killed, so everything is on hold. Mind you, I mean, this is things that I've read in the media and heard from people that, well, I mean, they're killing people. I mean, there's bigger things issues. I mean, there's people getting shot in the back that don't get justice right here in Washington County, Oklahoma, by police. Get shot in the back and don't even get justice. So, I mean, them coming to your house and tearing it apart and stealing from you and threatening you and illegally detaining you and holding you and demanding that you either confess to something you didn't do, which I did not confess, or you can't use the bathroom. All those civil and human rights violations, stealing thousands of dollars of your property, lying under oath and creating court documents that have destroyed your life completely and totally. No friends, family want to come around me because they're scared of the Bartlesville police. Nobody wants to come around. I'll never get a job again with that court document. Nobody will ever want to even come near me again. These lying, corrupt cowards. And that's right. Judge Backlaw, he's a coward. He's a coward, fascist piece of garbage. And his brother, too. Their behavior is beyond atrocious. The former newspaper in town, Examiner Enterprise, who messaged me on Facebook to set up a meeting for me to do a report on what happened, and then they set up the meeting, and then they canceled it. 15 minutes after we were supposed to meet, they canceled it. And then she is hired as the city of Bartlesville's chief communication officer. A nice cushy payoff there. Call it whatever you want. At a minimum, it looks like a conflict of interest. At a minimum. And it obviously is a conflict of interest. James Brazel, Mike Moore, these are cowards. These people that lie to the police. Now, mind you, this is not conjecture. They did steal the videos of me catching the police stealing and criminally trespassing on my property, so technically I can't prove it with that video, and I'm sure they deleted it. But I can prove from that written document, I can prove, I mean without a doubt, I have a third-party written signed document from the government, from the EEOC, saying that they did do the things I complained about, and I have a written signed document by the Bartlesville Police, Anthony Lynn, L-E-I-N, in a written signed document by him and a judge, stating that Mike Moore and James Brazel and James Phillips Medical Center told him that my complaints were unfounded. That is a lie. Why haven't they been arrested? That is a felony, lying to the police. Look what it does when people lie to the police, especially these high, big corporate leaders. They lied to the police. I can prove it. The police have these documents. They already know they lied. They just don't want to hold them accountable. I mean, we're not talking about conjecture here. We're not talking about opinion. We're not talking about just because they stole those videos from me that I can't prove that part. I can prove they lied under oath. I can also prove Anthony Lynn lied under oath. You can read an article in the Big Heart Times and see that he lied under oath. You can go back and watch the video. I believe it's titled What the Bartlesville Police Will Do to Frame You. He lied under oath too. The judge rubber stamped that warrant. That's against the law. No probable cause. That's against the law. I'm innocent. Holding me out to be guilty is against the law. Lying under oath and saying that my complaints back in 2009 about harassment were in any way illegal, that's against the law too. You cannot in a written court document claim someone broke the law when there's an explicit legal right to do it. When there's a law written that says I can do what I did, you can't say I broke the law when I didn't. Come on, you guys are a bunch of lying cowards. Cowards. The Bartlesville City Council, cowards. Just cowards. City manager, chief of police. You know, go back and watch that video of the Bartlesville chief of police at a city council meeting speaking propaganda. Cowards. They bring down a force of a total of 7 people with guns down on a guy with sweatpants in his backyard. Cowards. Cowards. Just cowards. Weasels. sneaking around, run down and catch somebody in sweatpants in their backyard with your guns, 6 of you, and the 7 if you count the guy that lives down the street. Guns on the ready, blocking off the street with police cars. Just weaseling little cowards, scared of their own shadow, breaking laws. That's why you're scared of your own shadow. That's why you fear the citizens. It's because you're breaking the law. You're a criminal organization, is what you are. You're organized crime, and you know it. And you're shaking in your boots. Your teeth are chattering. Your knees are shaking. You're just scared to death that eventually someone's going to come a-looking. You know, a senator or the FBI or somebody eventually is going to come a-looking and find out what you're doing. You've already been caught in a state audit. You're only lucky you haven't been held accountable yet. You're thieves. And that's not conjecture. That's not my opinion. You got caught in a state audit. Washington County District Attorney's Office, you got caught in a state audit. Not only stealing money for personal use from people, seized funds, public funds, illegally used for personal use, but also Bartlesville Police, Washington County District Attorney's Office also got caught not even recording seized property. Just comes up missing. I wonder where it is. Why don't you go check these police officers' houses? I bet you'd find a whole bunch of nice stuff. If they haven't run out of town and buried it somewhere now, scared to death, a bunch of cowards. Just a bunch of cowards. And I'm not up here calling people names. These are the correct, look up the definition. These are the correct terms. A thieving weasel. A coward. Someone who does things with no honor and no courage. Thieves. Provable. State audit caught you stealing public funds. The only way you get away with it is you're corrupt. And you've got a judge above you that's corrupt. Judge Backlaw. A lying, thieving little weasel that rubber stamps documents. A piece of human garbage. Under the color of law. Breaking the law. If you do something illegal under stating it's legal, and you hold a position of power, that's called a breach of color of law. It's a federal offense and you should be in prison for it. Now, I usually am not for people going to prison for any nonviolent crime. I think there are other ways to punish people. But when it comes to government supposed leadership and authorities like police, DAs, and judges, you need to be held to a higher standard. You need to be made example of. And you will. Eventually, you will. So does it make any sense that just because police are killing people and DAs are refusing to charge or throwing cases and judges are just ignoring it and letting it happen, that it makes sense that all our other civil and human rights are on hold because of that? No, it doesn't. That is a lazy excuse to allow civil and human rights violations like that. It's lazy for the media to not report on it. And it's corrupt for the government to allow it to happen. The Bartlesville Police, Washington County of Oklahoma District Attorney's Office, Judge Backlaw and his rubber stamp and corrupt kangaroo court, Bartlesville City Council and their corporate masters, Mike Moore and James Brazel, they do not get a free pass on civil and human rights violations and thefts and police state illegal acts just because they think they can hide behind worse police state crimes like killing citizens, hoping the media, who they pay off, will cover it up for them. They get no free pass, folks. They're not getting a free pass. No more, folks. No more. No more. The police state ends with me. And with that said, I'll see you tomorrow.